Witches have nowhere to live. I was born into a family of knights, and have undergone the most rigorous of training since I was a child. But in the midst of my training, I awakened to my power as a witch, and was driven out of my home. If there's no place in this world for me, I might as well. As that thought ran through my mind, she appeared before me. I need your power. She smiled at me, with eyes full of love, as if shielding me from gazes of disdain. It was this moment that I made my decision. I will live as her, as Lady Elfride's knight. Soon after Lady Elfride took me in, I became one of the guardian knights. They were the regiment of knights directly under her, the next pope. But was it truly acceptable for me, a witch, to be at her side? If that were to cause her any trouble, One day, as those worries plagued my mind, Lady Elfride took me outside, leading me to the city square. There were so many people there. Some were dressed in tattered clothes, but there wasn't a face without a smile. I wish to protect all you see here, but I cannot do it alone. So I ask, with me as inexperienced as I am, will you lend me your help as one of my knights? Is she trying to raise my spirits, of all things? I see. I was never a witch in her eyes. I was always me. The same went for the others in the Knights of Longinus. Rather than speak ill of me for being a witch, they accepted me as one of their own. From that day on, I never belittled myself ever again. Since her ascension as the Pope, Lady Elfride had been terribly busy, and the opportunities for us to meet became few and far between. She always shoulders everything alone. That really worries me. And apparently, she didn't seem to be in good health when she summoned Ilya to see her the other day. And there are times when she speaks to herself. Come to think of it, I haven't seen either Ilya nor Miss Loki as of late. I wonder if something happened. Then, one day, Lady Elfride assembled the Knights of Longinus and made a startling declaration. Begin the witch hunt. Did I just hear the words, witch hunt? From the one who treasured and loved life so much? Lady Elfride. As my trembling voice called out to her, an inhuman smile spread across her face. Perfect! You'll be the one to take command of the witch hunt. Huh? What did she just say? You seem like you'd have the loveliest of screams. Use those hands, and see to it that there's not a single drop of filthy witch blood left in this world. You'll be the witch who massacres all witches. Isn't that the greatest pleasure of all? Is this the Lady Elfride I know? She seems like a completely different person. Then, when you're the last one left, I will watch as you die. After whispering those words into my ear, she left my sight, her laughter echoing with scorn. I was utterly helpless, unable to chase after her or object against her order. After all, if she were to abandon me, Her Holiness wasn't the only one who changed. One after another, my fellow knights became more distant, and some of them changed in the same way Her Holiness did. Just what in the world is happening? This isn't like Her Holiness at all. Wait, what am I thinking? There's no one more righteous than Her Holiness. How can I call myself a knight if I don't have faith in her? From then, I obeyed what Her Holiness ordered me to do, all the while knowing that all those girls were innocent. What I would give for someone to hunt me down too. I grappled with that thought, but was powerless to do anything. I spent day after day executing her orders, until suddenly, she disappeared. Even with Her Holiness nowhere to be found, there was no clamor among the people. The church, the Knights of Longinus, everyone just continued carrying out the orders given to them. It was as if they were puppets. No, I was no different. Even now, I'm still executing the order Her Holiness gave me that day. The order to carry out the witch hunt. Her Holiness's orders are absolute, and the idea of her being wrong is absurd. That's what I had always thought. Deep inside, though, I began to second-guess how absolute her orders were. It was my first time feeling this way. But if my doubts ring true, what should I do? When the one I serve commits a transgression, as a knight, I don't even need to give it any thought. My mind has long been made up. Since then, I heard many rumors about Her Holiness's infamy. Those who had adored her began to leave, and some were even executed as a warning to others. I'm sure there'll come a day when you face punishment. A day when all your suppressed hatred erupts, and someone comes trying to strike you down. If that's what's bound to happen, I'll share the burden of your sins with you. If I hadn't met you, Your Holiness, I would have died in the middle of nowhere. That's why, ever since that day, my life has belonged to you. My loyalty to you is unwavering. Even if the entire world were to condemn you as evil, I alone will continue serving you as your knight. Even if this is the wrong path, if you choose to go down it, I'll go with you until we both fall into the abyss. Even if my mind has been corrupted, this is my code of chivalry. With doubts still lingering in my heart, I raised the church's blood-stained flag. To all who dare oppose Her Holiness, what awaits you is death!